We'll continue with media availabilities this afternoon with Clint Bowyer, driver of the number 14 Cars 3 Ford for Stewart-Haas Racing. Clint, aside from a lap 5 electrical fire last year, Sonoma has been pretty good to you. And
Yeah,
this weekend you'll have Lightning McQueen on your side with your Cars 3 paint scheme. Talk about your success at this road course and how that weighs into your approach here this weekend.
I have no idea how this became one of my best tracks. You know, statistically, when you look at it, it kind of sucks that my stats got knocked out by catching on fire 5 laps into the race last year. But just looking forward to it. Man, it's been 3 weeks in a row of just kind of letdowns. You know, we've had fast cars. Booga and everybody's brought some solid race cars, and you know, we've just haven't been able to get to finish the last 3 weeks. So really need a turnaround here, and couldn't think of a better track to do that for me personally. You know, and then us as a race team, Stewart-Haas Racing. Tony won here last year in a 14 car. There's just a lot of positive vibe and momentum going in here, and then hope lightning strikes again, huh? The kid won in it last week. It'd be pretty cool to take old Lightning McQueen to victory lane again here.
Awesome. We'll open up
Neat
to
program. You know, having a kid, they gave us an early showing of that as an industry, and Laura took Cash down there. I was out of town, but you know, he had a ton of fun around that. They've done a good job promoting that. It's a big deal for our sport. So proud to have that car, you know, on, I guess, that paint scheme on the side of my car this weekend.
Fantastic. We'll open up to questions. We'll bring a mic to you. Please state your name and your name and association. Jeff, we'll go to you.
Jeff Gluck from jeffgluck.com. So does Cash know cars? Does he understand it? Does he know that you're driving the Lightning car this week?
To be honest with you, we didn't tell him this week because it would be a huge, major deal if he knew that Lightning McQueen was with us this weekend. Yes, he's a big fan of that. We've probably watched it no less than 300 times, and so yeah, he definitely is well aware of what that paint scheme is and who Lightning McQueen is.
So why didn't you tell him?
I just didn't want him. You know, he had to stay home. This is kind of one of those trips on the road that you don't have the bus. It's pretty hard on. You know, it's just kind of almost impossible to bring your kids on the road out here. Pretty much every driver. The wives get to go out and have some fun. It was hard, you know, having a little one now. It's hard for her to walk away from them. You know, it was a tough weekend, but that's why we didn't tell him.
Lewis, we'll go to you.
Hopefully he'll be able to see it on the news come, you know, Sunday afternoon back home.
Go ahead, Lewis.
Louis Frank Royce. In that vein, are you a little concerned? He might be more of a Lightning McQueen fan than his dad.
Well, he already likes Kyle Busch because of M&M's, as does every other kid in the country. So it's like, come here, kid. Let's go meet him, you know. I'm teasing. But, you know, heck yeah. Who isn't? You know, I saw Owen in Victory Lane last week, and he was so pumped up. I guarantee you, you know, he had no idea. He just knew that him and Lightning McQueen was hanging out in Victory Lane. I guarantee you he was pumped up because of that.
And on to racing, if I may ask a second question.
Lightning is it. McQueen is a racer.
Okay. Virtual. Did it take the victory here to say, oh, I really am a road racer? When did it dawn upon you that you had some talent for?
Well, that was just the surprise, the shocker, right? Just you always have a lot of fun out here. It seems, I don't know why. The attitude is everything, and it is. You don't want to believe that until you see it, but this has just always been a fun weekend for me. The area, the event of this racetrack is awesome. The fan base, just everything about this place. Hell, you can't hardly get into it. Yourself as a competitor, you can't hardly get in here on Sunday morning. It just tells you about the event, you know, as a whole, and the job they do of promoting this and the job we do of putting on a show on a racetrack.
Go ahead.
Langford, I have a question. Going from the normal two-stop race now with the stage situation, I hear there could be up to 4, maybe 5 stops. That'll really change some of the strategy, right?
It's certainly going to change a lot, you know, about this track. Who knows? You know, that's been such a big thing. It's such a good thing, I guess, for our sport. You know, if there ever was an exception to that rule, you hope it's not here because, you make those rules to try to vamp up the competition everywhere across the board, and sometimes there's racetracks that maybe didn't need it. This is one of those places that you didn't need anything, but obviously you got to make rules to be good for everywhere. But I don't know. It's gonna make. I think that strategy side will kind of go by the wayside. You're going to have to just push as hard as you can, and I think it's going to come down. We've been pretty easy on our equipment because of it over the years, because of being able to pace yourself. Try to save some fuel, not just dive bombing every single corner, every single lap. With your brakes and things like that. So you might see some attrition, show up because of it. And then you're going to see desperation show up at the end. That's the thing. As this track ages and wears out, each and every year we come back, it seems like you take every opportunity you can to pit and take tires because they are so much more of a premium. And I guarantee you this year will be another, step in that.
We'll go to the middle here.
Donna Beth Wellman, Martinez News Gazette, and Benicia Herald. Two things. Number one, you're about halfway through the new season with a new team, and we're wondering how you're fitting in and how comfortable you are with what you've got going now. Also, you've had the chance to drive 3 manufacturers' cars. Thoughts on that, and which ones did you like?
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll start. Fit factor couldn't have been better for me going to Stewart Haas Racing. I was friends with all of them. I've worked with most of them. And, if you had to look into a glass ball and try to make that perfect, match made in heaven atmosphere, it was definitely there. So to be here and to be with teammates like I have, and again, coming here, Kevin Harvick's always been a great road racer as a teammate of mine. Kurt Busch is a fantastic road racer here. He's one of the best you have here. So to be able to come here and be able to push each other and work with one another and get an even better setup than we've ever had before, that's what teammates and an organization like Stewart Haas is all about. So looking forward to that. And the year has been up and down. Started off really great, solid, and then it kind of was just kind of mediocre. In the last few weeks, we've been really fast. We just can't get it finished. So it's very frustrating going home the last few weeks knowing you left something on the table. At Dover, we were running really, really well, and oil pan or oil tank failure, and then I crashed the damn thing last 2 weeks. So it's been a total team effort getting to the top and back kind of where we're at. So we've got to what was your last question? Oh, the manufacturers. Yeah. They're all good. It's all about people. There was things I liked about all of them. Certainly at home here, it's a family atmosphere. It literally is a family, and the Ford family. And again, it's just all about people. And Dave and Raj, all the people that are involved with the Ford Motorsports organization and program is just a ton of fun to work with. They're all in. I guess that's today's day and age. You want to be with the ones that are investing the most and pushing the hardest to get the results. And I don't think anybody's doing any more than that than Ford these days.
All right. Any questions from upstairs for Clint?
Is there anybody up there? I can't see them.
Yeah, there are a lot of people up there.
It's not fair that they're looking at a screen of me and I can't even see them.
I know. Doesn't sound like any other questions down here.
They're probably all sleeping, hungover.
Hey, Clint, Tom Jensen, FoxSports.com.
I was just teasing. What do you want, Tom?
I'm not sleeping and I'm not hungover. But I got to ask you, where does road racing rate on your favorite types of courses? It seems like this is really in the last 4 or 5 years, road racing has become sort of the new short tracks. Is it that much fun for you guys?
It is. This track in particular, when you go to Watkins Glen, it is a ton of fun, but it's a whole different beast. It's wide open. I'm telling you, you're way more at ease here. This is a short track finesse, rear grip, take care of your tires. But again, beating and banging and getting the most out of getting underneath somebody, outbraking them. I think this is a much more technical track than Watkins Glen. I don't want to knock anything about Watkins Glen. When you go there, it's balls of the wall. you got to be extremely good on braking and things like that, and just have a really fast race car. Here, I feel like you can carry things a little bit more at a track like this. But both of them are a ton of fun and just so unique. That's the thing. You know, we chase each other in circles nonstop, week in and week out. It's kind of refreshing to have a break like this. You know, when we come out here and then go to Watkins Glen. Yes.
Any other questions from upstairs? All right, we'll go over here.
Hi, Leon Hammock from workingonmyredneck.com. You like that one? Yes. You've been fast.
I was wondering where that domain went.
I got it. As you've stated, you've been fast week in and week out. Can you evaluate between now and when the chase starts, what tracks will be your best shot to grab a victory?
Well, I think we've been solid week in and week out. We certainly need to be better to be fast week in and week out. You know, you need to improve everywhere. It seems like today's day and age, your cars have to unload fast, and if they do that even on a short track, somehow, some way, that relates to a mile-and-a-half track these days, and it used to just not be that way. Used to have, you know, your bread and butter all my whole career was short tracks, and then, you know, I qualified third last week at Michigan. You know, it's all about the team, those race cars, and making them things as fast as possible. That goes as far as aero. That goes as far as you know, having the right setup underneath of it with your simulation, and just everything has to be perfect. It's so much more competitive than 10 years ago when I came into the sport. You can't have a down area, you know, a weak link. It's all across the board. It has to be 100% perfect.
We'll go back to Lewis over here.
Yep. Taking the road racing to further extent, since you're enjoying it so much, maybe at the end of your career, would you consider Le Mans? Even Fernando Alonso said that's something he'd like to do, and you have a Ford connection, and they've got a GT car. Is that something you'd like to do?
I want to go to redneck.com and have fun. That's what I want to do when I retire. I don't know that if you showed up with redneck.com at Le Mans that they would let you in there. I mean, can you wear blue jeans to that place? You can? Yes. Can you have any fun? Yes. Yes?
And you only have to drive.
You have to hold your finger out when you drink and stuff like that? Can you blow anything up? Can you catch things on fire?
Oh, yes, they do.
You do?
Oh, yeah.
I might go.